Okay, so quick video lang tayo for investment in bonds, no? So, ang ganda kasi ng problem na to, reconstructive siya. So, tinatanong tayo for the interest income for 2026 and the unrealized gain to be recognized in OCI for the year 2026. Okay, so pag binasa mo yung problem, it doesn't provide us with the effective interest rate. Pero ma-work back natin siya using these figures on the second paragraph. So, di ba sa amortization table mo, you would have a starting point yung present value of the bonds, which is 4.8 million in this case. Ito siya. Uh, okay, so ganito. 4.8 million. Yan yung starting point mo. Tapos nandito yung amortization mo. Nandito yung effective interest rate mo. At nandito naman yung nominal mo. Okay. So yan yung mga, tingnan natin kung ano yung mga meron tayo. Meron tayong 7% na nominal. Wala tayo ng yung lagay natin, amortization. Wala tayong effective interest rate. So how do we do that? Sabi niya kasi dito, on December 31, 2025, the amortized cost was 4.834 million. Yan kasi yung carrying amount ng December 31, 2025. So 2025. Okay, so we have 4.834 million. So, lagay na rin natin yung 2026 natin, which is 4,870,720. 720. Pangit. 7,870,720. Okay. So, there. Ngayon, ang nominal interest natin would be 5 million. Ito, 5 million. We have 1 million. So that's a face amount of 5 million. Multiply natin siya sa nominal rate, 7%. That would be times 0.07, 350,000. Okay? 350K. Tingnan mo kung paano natin makukuha. So, 350,000. So, 350,000 din dito. Ngayon, di ba ang difference ng yung starting point mo and yung carrying amount niya in 2025 would be the amortized portion, right? So, tingnan natin difference, 4,834, that's 34,000. Okay, so papunta ka rito sa kaliwa. Actually, yung interest dapat would be the total of yung amortized and yung nominal interest, diba? So that's 350 plus 34. That's 384 here. Okay. Now, diba ang what do you call this? The present value multiplied by the effective interest rate would be your interest income, di ba? So, i-divide naman natin, backwards tayo. So, that's 384 divided by 4.8 million. You'll get 8% na effective interest rate. Okay? So, nawo-work back na natin siya. For ngayon, wait, gawin ko nga itong 8% na blue. Okay? So, kunin ngayon natin yung interest niya for 2026 kasi isa yun sa mga tinatanong. So that's 4834. Multiply natin siya by 8%. That's 386,720. Okay? 386,720. Okay? Now, yung difference niyan would be the amortized. Okay, 36720. Yan yung amortization natin for that year. Okay. Wait lang. 36720. Okay. Ngayon, since ganyan naman na na-plot na natin, double check lang natin. Okay, so what if we started with 4.8 million, multiply tayo ng 0.08, 384, tama, minus natin ng 350,000, 34,000, plus natin sa 4.8 million, 4834, yes, tama, and then, multiply natin ng 0.08 ulit, 386,720, tama, minus 350,000, 36,720, tama naman, plus tayo, 4834,000, yung end balance natin, 36,720,000, no, 36, 36,720 plus 4834,000, 4870,720. So, tama yung table natin. So, definitely, ang sagot natin for the interest income would be 386,720. So, eliminate na natin yung dalawa. Hindi na to pwede. So, dalawa na lang yung pagpipilian natin. Okay. Now, doon naman sa ano yung tanong? Recognized in OCI for the year 2026. So, tinatanong niya kung magkano ang i-record natin na OCI. By the way, dito sa problem na to, we should have been specific FBOCI to. What gave it away is that yung question pa lang tinatanong niya na for OCI, but if in case na gusto mong makasigurado, what if there was a zero na option here? So that means walang OCI nire-recognize, you check yung statement sa problem. Sabi niya kasi the entity manages its financial assets within a business model whose objective is to achieve both collecting contractual cash flows that would consist of the principal and interest, no? So that's amortized cost, dapat yon. However, further in the statement, it says that the entity also considers selling the financial asset, no? So if that's the case, then that would be FVOCI. Okay? So move forward tayo dun sa recognize in OCI na question. So, i-compare natin siya dun sa fair value. So, ang fair value in 2025 was, fair value, lagay natin dito. 4,950, no? 4,950. Ayasin ko lang. 950. At dito naman ay 5.1 million. Okay? 5, ano ba yan? 5.1 million. Okay. Ngayon, kunin mo yung difference ng bawat isa. So, 4,950 from 4,834 naging 4,950 siya. So, obviously, we have a gain of 116,000 gain to be recorded in 2025. So, OCI yan. OCI. Ipapark natin siya sa OCI for 2025. Now, next year or in 2026, magko-compare ka ulit. Compare mo sa carrying amount and the fair value. Tapos, yun yung magiging difference nila. Okay, solve natin. 5,1 minus 4,870,720, 229,280. Okay? Gain as well. Ngayon, you would have to be careful with this kasi ang 229,280, every time na nagko-compute ka ng difference between the fair value and the carrying amount, what you will get is the cumulative balance. Okay? So, cumulative balance meaning yung 229,280 is the amount that should sit in your OCI. Okay, so ibig sabihin, what you will recognize for 2026 is the difference. So, that will be 229,280 minus 116,000. 113,280. 113,280. Ang recording mo for 2026. Okay? So, as you can see, meron tayo sa choices na 229,280, which is wrong. So, kapag yan ang sinagot mo, edi mali tayo. Supposedly, ang tamang sagot natin would be letter B. 386,720 for your interest and 113,280 280 for your recognized gain in OCI. Okay? Now again, para ma-connect ko lang, para mag-gets mo ng maayos, no? 'Di ba sa isipin mo to as if parang sa AFDA. Okay? Sa AFDA kasi 'di ba, meron kang beginning, 'di ba? Meron kang i-compute ngayon yung required ending balance, 'di ba? So kapag na-compute mo 'yan, ang nire-record mo talaga na expense for the year is yung nandito. Okay? So, iisipin mo na siya na parang ganun. So, since yung 113,280 is your required balance in the OCI, so what you will record for that year only if ang tinatanong like this one, unrealized gain to be recognized in OCI for the 2026 period, it will be the difference of the two. Kasi ang required balance mo is 229,280. Okay? If the question was, how much would be the balance in OCI for 2026 related to this investment, then your answer supposedly would be 229,280. Okay? So, i-connect mo lang doon sa AFDA. I guess it would be a good anchor para maintindihan mo yung difference between the two. Just be careful kung ano yung tinatanong. Kung tinatanong naman is cumulative balance, then why not? 229,280 tayo. But if what's to be recorded for that year only is 113,280. Tandaan mo yan, okay? So, ang ganda, reconstructive yung problem. Hindi binigay yung effective interest rate. So, wag kang magugulat kung makita mo to sa board exam. So, i-reconstruct mo lang yung table mo. You should be able to arrive with a percentage or effective interest rate so you can move forward with your amortization table. Alright? So, yun lang. Shinare ko lang tong problem na to, which is ang ganda kasi na-amaze ako. And, para prepared ka, solve ka ng maraming problem, and magulat ka na lang, you will be a CPA. Okay? Good luck and babush!